So many of you have probably heard by now, Planet Coaster has released a new DLC. It is probably the best DLC I've seen come out for a game that's just full decorations, a couple good little ride elements, and it's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my score right here. It's fuckballs amazing, and you should probably go get it. And I'll tell you why. Simply put, this is the most useful set of assets that can be used across a wide range of different themes and elements and decorative pieces, and in so many different ways that I can't even think about how I even use all these pieces. I still haven't used all the base game pieces in Planet Coaster, and now they throw these at me. So, what is it? This is the Adventure Park kind of DLC. This is adding Aztec, Mayan, Indiana Jones, handedly inspired elements, 2 new rides, and some things, of course, for all users, such as Vista Points, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But this is just going to be my quick little look at the DLC. Now, I know some of you are probably like Uthris. You just spent months working on an Aztec Mayan section for your park. Are you going to use any of these pieces? No. I'll tell you that right now. No, and no. Alpine Odyssey is not going to use any DLC unless they add a water park. That is still my stance when it comes to Alpine Odyssey. However, do I think everyone else should be using these species? Yes, because it is very comprehensive. In fact, I'm not even going to show you guys all the pieces they have. They have a lot. A lot. You know, pretty much get it for the trees alone. All right, we're gonna start here. I don't even know where to start when it comes to these things. It's been so long since I've made a little spotlight like this. But here we are. We have some nice relief sculptures, many different variations. We have a nice little alligator, little snakes, little lizard heads, human faces, geometrical shapes, beetles. You know, this could very easily be transitioned to the Egyptian theme. You know, and a bunch other. Like, for example, let's just talk about this block right here. This block by itself could roof a whole building. I mean, that's amazing to me. Like let's just color this a little bit. Like, all these are colorable. This could be a building wall texture. It could be a roof. It could be a path. Just sink this down in here like that. It could be a path texture. Boy, they outdid themselves. And I'm really happy they're using this kind of smooth carved stone, and it's really good, versatile across many different themes. Beyond the relief sculptures, they have larger sculptures that you can use to make statues, statuettes. You can also relief these into walls, I'm sure, to make relief large statues. They have face parts, arm parts, eyes, different things that you kind of mix, combine, make your own, and that's really good. I like that. And hopefully, what I would like to see is other themes getting their own little parts for statues. Just because, I mean, not everyone, you know, is represented here across the themes. Where's my giant pirate statue, huh? I mean, like, sure, I can use skull and crossbow in sky, but I need some pirate hats and just more of this. Just more of this. If every DLC added more of this, oh my goodness. I just don't even know how to explain everything that you get in here. Not only do they come in sandstone, but they also come in gold, kind of this gilded texture. Now these are a little bit shinier, a little bit more fancy assets to use if you're going that route. There are also relief versions, some building block versions of these in gold as well, so you can have like the golden top of the pyramid kind of thing. They add these gems. Now these are some of them, not quite all of them, I don't think. These are all recolorable gemstones, you know, and the nice thing is they're very translucent. You can see right through them. Look at that, how clear that is. And while I was at work, I noticed that people were already making these into windows. I believe this piece is the most versatile when it comes to it. As you can see, you can just spread these out, and the glass kind of translucent effect translates very well, and you can make large surfaces of this transparency. And they go through all each other, so you're not going to get that Z fighting through there, right? Oh man, that is so cool. Windows, going to be pretty good. Pretty good in the future. I'm really happy that they're doing that. I wouldn't mind just a nice flat art shape piece with this effect. Please, Frontier, give me that. That is far easier to work with than these shapes, but for now I'm happy with just having something like this, so we can at least make some windows. Not all of them, but some. Oh boy. Other than that, I mean, look at all these trees, shrubs, ferns, greenery, roots, overgrowth that you can add to your parks now, and this by itself is pretty great. Now, in my opinion, the art style is slowly changing in Planet Coaster, right? I'm starting, like, let's compare these a little bit. These are all different, by the way. These are every single new item. Nothing's duplicated here. Everything is a single piece new item here. Like, let's go look at an old tree real quick, because I want to see something. That's Nat Filter by DLC. There we go. That might be a bad example. Let's do this. So if we take a look at this tree and maybe compare it to like these low ferns and things, and just feel how much more detailed these are than this right here. You can see the resolution is a little bit lower. This is obviously higher. Now, we are paying, of course, for extended DLC here, so I'm really happy the quality is amazing here. Well, I almost feel like they're gonna have to start updating the base trees. You know, the resolution's up close, totally different experiences. Not a major gripe in my opinion, because from back here it all looks the same anyways, but it's just something to point out, that they're just getting better, more crisp. The art style is just so refined now that it's starting to make the other things look bad that come default with the game, which I think is a testament to their creative ability here at Frontier. Over here we have some of the new SFX, and also a boat. That shouldn't be here, but we have a boat. We have some proper waterfall effects here. Now, they're pretty good. I do like them. I wish they were a little bit more dense, because you can see through them a little too much for what I would probably use it for. And also, I'm getting this thing where, like, I can get close to it, but it disappears. It really disappears. I'd really want to get close so I can get those cool water effects at close shot to get that spray, but for me that's still okay. These ones can still do these kind of good screenshots right up next to the water. They're adding some new lava effects, of course, here. Indiana Jones inspired heavily. In the background you can probably hear a bunch of noise. We'll get to that in just a second, but I do want to point out this. This is an airplane propeller smoke, and boy, could have used that in the last episode of Alpine Odyssey. Could have used that definitely in the last episode. A lot of things they're adding that I wish I had about 3 months ago. All right, back here, all this racket that you guys have been hearing. These are a lot of the new animatronics. It's not all of them. I'm not going to go through all the parts. I do want to let you guys discover it on your own a little bit, but also you know, eventually you can only talk about so many things at once. We have a mummy kind of walking around on top of alligators over here. There's a bunch of alligators. There's a bunch of hippos. I didn't place all the hippos down. They're basically the same as the alligators in a sense. We have swimming ones. You have jumping ones. Different ones for all your alligator needs and hippo needs and occasions. We have mummies to go in your adventurous crypts here. Very nice effects for them. They look good. A little bit of a digger over here, looking for possible artifacts. We have beetles, you know, they are really good. And then of course the good old biplane, and probably my favorite thing about the biplane, King Coaster right there. Look at that bomb. Ah, so cool. I like that. That's such a cool little effect there. I love the little tires. I wonder if we can get the tire effect by itself, because I could upgrade my biplane. No DLC in Alpine Odyssey. It's going to be so hard for me to resist using these pieces. for the next few months as we finish this. Look at these rope bridges. Instead of having to custom make rope bridges, we can now use these. Great for pathing. Great for just queue lines. You can probably put a queue line underneath these. In fact, let's test that out. Yeah, you might be able to get away with it. I mean, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but it can work in a pinch. You know, if you just want that effect for that little moment that the queue lines are going to be there. And you know, these are the cool things about these DLCs. Scaffolding. These wooden pieces aren't only going to be used in these specific themes, you know, the Mayan Aztec themes or desert themes. They are going to be used throughout Planet Coaster, and seeing what everyone's going to do with them, it's going to be quite a joy, to be honest. And I'm pretty excited to see what y'all create. Back here, what's back here? Well, we got some Jeeps. Now, there's other pieces for these. The plane's fully customizable in parts, very much like the other vehicles in the other DLCs. This truck has a bunch of variations that I don't really want to get into and go into too much detail. A bunch of traps, gears, cogs. I have a feeling these would be great in that windmill in Alpine Odyssey. Nice big heavy cogs, wooden, stone. Oh boy, Indiana Jones would be having a heyday over here, or Skyrim, or Zelda. Make some Zelda maps. That would be nice. That'd be a fun one. All right. Other than that, let's zip on over here. Look at some of the prefab buildings that come with the new update and DLC. We have Tiki Chiki, of course. Obviously, the best food choice to use for this theme. And just look at it. This is what Alpine Odyssey could have looked like if you think about it. All that trim, the little art shapes that would have taken us so much time to do, and I had to forego. And now look, this is what could be for your guys' park. Not so much for mine, but I'm happy you guys get it. Anyways, look at those gems on this guy's face. That is cool. That is good. There's also this kind of shoot, I'm forgetting the culture. I'm blanking. If you guys know what culture this is from, let me know in the comments down below, because I forget. Anyways, these are great, kind of ruined, great details, pathing to go underneath these, the archways, and just all the routes. I'm happy we're getting more routes to work with. The old routes now and vines are going to be used heavily in conjunction with these, I hope, as we push forward. Did they add new rocks? I didn't see any new rocks, I don't think. Ah, yes, there's some cave rocks. Check these out. I didn't even look here when I was placing down items. Oh, there's some new rocks. I wonder if I could turn this into a sandcastle. Ah, another thought for another day, I think. But yeah, new rocks for caverns and caves. There is a new ride. This is the boat ride. It's like a boat tour ride. You go around, see a good view, and it's just a nice, relaxing ride. Snake statue bits going through here. A nice, cool airport along here, very Indiana Jones-esque. And of course, what airport isn't complete without my little biplane contribution here that we made for Alpine Odyssey? It just doesn't look as good anymore now that we have those, but I still like it. It has charm. Charm and elegance made up of 450 parts. One part, 450 parts. One part. So if you want to keep your part count low, I would suggest using the new plane. My plane might not be the one for you. Oh wow, look at that. Birdman, Raw. We have Raw over here. Wow. Okay, and some ruined buildings and things. Great decor all around. Little fuel tanks. Anything hidden in here? Nope. Not really. Wait, what's this? Why is there a computer in here? I have no clue. Easter eggs. Easter eggs, Easter eggs. There's also a new coaster. This is, I think this is a mine train coaster, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is a proper mine train here. And I think it does kind of, yes, it tilts to the left and right as it goes through. We're going to go ahead and give this a ride just to test it out here. Very steep on the initial climb. Wow, that's like a 60, 80 degree. That's a big difference. 60, 70 degree incline there. Oh boy. Okay. I wish I could honk the horn. Or is that a light? Who knows? Let's just... Oh, nice and smooth with the banking. Ooh, got a serpent in there of some kind. Is this Quetzalcoatl's temple? Who knows? Who knows? It's just an ancient temple of some kind in here. Watch out for the dangers inside. It is basic, but it is a basic blueprint that just comes with the game here. And I don't know. I really like this coaster. It's a good one. Kudos to you, Frontier, on making this DLC. So, with that, we'll come to a little bit of a close. Final thoughts, again, on DLC in general. This is good DLC. It's $10.99 US dollars. I think it's like £7 or £8 in the UK. Same price as the Spooky DLC. Though I will say I'm far more excited about this one than the Spooky one. Though I think the Spooky one still has plenty of merit to it, especially with the interior details that you can get with that. And then if you combine these, you know, in many different ways, you can get a lot done. Finally, I do want to touch upon, you know, what's bad DLC. Bad DLC is something that you spend that doesn't really add anything to the game and for your people in the park to do. We're getting rides out of this. We're getting far more assets than I thought they were going to do. New shrubs and things. That's great for builders. So the 2 rides, great. And then also this. Now, I don't have any people in here to show you kind of what it does. But I can explain, hopefully. So these little points, okay, what these are gathering points for people that walk along paths. And I want more stuff like this in Planet Coaster to make parks feel a little bit more lived in. And what they do is you assign one of these posts a focus point. So for example, they come over and they want to look. It's a vista point. So they're like, oh, you stand here to look at the pyramid. And then people will come over here, they'll get in like a pose of some kind and actually take in your view. Now, granted, it's not a dynamic system that I kind of would have liked in Planet Coaster, but for now, I think it's a good, elegant situation and a good fix for us creative people who want to have those moments and those things in our parks. And also, I could add this as a base in Alpine Odyssey to our camera so people can look at the windmill. But we'll see where that leads us here over the upcoming months as we get adjusted, see what people use these things for, and become inspired. So with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out in this DLC with me. If you guys want to see some cool creative builds, go ahead and click on a few of these. And thank you guys so much. Subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.